In 2004, Nashville became the heart of a memorable concert that would resonate deeply with many, especially those who cherished the music of Elton John. The atmosphere was electric, filled with eager fans ready to sing along to the iconic melodies that had shaped their lives. Among the crowd, 66-year-old Ruth Wallace sat anticipating the show, filled with both excitement and sorrow. As she nestled her hands around her late husband's favorite Elton record, a wave of memories flooded her mind. This wasn't just another concert for Ruth, it was a personal journey back to moments spent with her beloved husband. The energy in the arena seemed to amplify her emotions, matching the heartfelt tunes that flowed from the stage. As Elton John began singing, it was as if the room held its breath. Each note sung had an echo of nostalgia, and the lyrics became windows into Ruth's past, reminding her of shared joys and laughter. The audience swayed harmoniously, but for Ruth, everything faded into the background as she whispered her husband's name softly during "Your Song." Her heart raced, not just from the thrill of seeing Elton perform live, but because she longed to feel her husband's spirit beside her one more time. At that moment, the connection she felt with the music became almost tangible. This concert was not merely about entertainment. It was about love lost and memories cherished, deeply intertwining the music with the very essence of her being. Little did Ruth know that this event would become one of the most poignant moments of her life, forever cherished in her heart. Ruth Wallace and her late husband shared a beautiful bond that was intricately woven together by their love for music. From the very beginning of their relationship, Elton John's songs played a significant role in their lives. They would often find themselves dancing in their living room, lost in the melodies that spoke to their hearts. Each note brought them closer, turning ordinary moments into extraordinary memories. Their favorite song, "Your Song," held a special place in their hearts. It represented not only their love but also their dreams and promises to each other. Ruth's husband would often say that one day, he wanted to hear Elton sing it just for them. They cherished listening to his albums together, creating playlists filled with the poignant lyrics and unforgettable tunes that resonated with their experiences. As the years passed, music remained a comforting presence through both joyous occasions and challenging times. Whether it was celebrating anniversaries or finding solace during difficult days, Elton's songs provided a soundtrack to their shared journey. Even as health challenges arose, they found comfort in reminiscing about the lyrics that had shaped their lives together. When Ruth lost her husband, it felt like she had lost a part of herself. The nights grew silent without his voice harmonizing with hers as they sang along to their favorite tunes. But even in her grief, the music remained, a reminder of their love and life together. As she prepared for the concert in Nashville, Ruth clutched the record tightly, feeling both excitement and sadness. She knew this evening would be filled with memories that would reignite the warmth of her husband's spirit through the power of song. As the day of the concert drew near, Ruth Wallace felt a whirlwind of emotions inside her. The anticipation of seeing Elton John perform again stirred up memories that were both joyful and painful. She carefully selected her favorite outfit, one that she had worn on special occasions with her husband. Each piece reminded her of the love they shared, while also highlighting the bittersweet nature of the evening. Ruth spent time creating a small space in her home dedicated to her husband's memory. She placed his favorite Elton record on a nearby table and surrounded it with photographs of the two of them, smiling faces captured during happy moments when music filled their lives. As she prepared to leave for Nashville, she held the record tightly, feeling its familiar grooves beneath her fingers. It was more than just a vinyl. It was a symbol of their bond, a tangible connection to him that she could take with her into the concert. On the drive to the venue, Ruth couldn't help but feel the weight of her loss. The thought of being surrounded by so many fans celebrating Elton's music brought her comfort yet reminded her of what was missing. Would she find herself lost in grief or uplifted by memories? As she approached the concert hall, excitement mingled with uncertainty. Inside, as she took her seat in the front row, her heart raced at the thought of hearing "Your Song" live. Clutching the record tightly, she whispered sweet words to her husband's spirit, hoping he could feel her love. With each passing moment, Ruth's anticipation grew, knowing that this concert held the potential to bridge the gap between past and present. As the lights dimmed in the concert hall, a wave of excitement swept over the audience, signaling that the moment they had all been waiting for was just about to begin. Ruth Wallace sat in the front row, her heart racing as she felt the energy ripple through the crowd. The soft glow of the stage lights illuminated Elton John as he took his place at the piano, and a hush fell over the audience, filled with palpable anticipation. When Elton's fingers danced across the keys, the first notes of "Your Song" filled the air, wrapping around each listener like a warm embrace. The familiar melody brought smiles and tears alike, creating an emotional atmosphere that resonated with everyone present. For Ruth, those notes were more than just music. They were a lifeline to her husband, stirring memories of shared moments and whispered dreams. As Elton sang, his voice soared through the hall, capturing not only Ruth's attention but also that of everyone around her. Each lyric seemed to echo her own feelings of love and loss, making her heart swell and ache at once. She couldn't help but close her eyes for a moment, allowing herself to be transported back to times spent with her husband, dancing in their living room or sharing quiet moments while listening to their favorite songs. The heartfelt mood enveloped the venue as fans joined in to sing along, creating a beautiful harmony of voices. Ruth felt connected to everyone in that moment, united by music and memories. Her grip on the record tightened as she silently whispered her husband's name again, hoping he could feel this powerful connection too. This was not just a performance. It was a celebration of love that transcended time and space. As Elton John's voice filled the concert hall, Ruth Wallace felt a surge of emotions washing over her. The moment was electric yet intimate, as if the entire audience had faded away and it was just her and the music. Clutching her late husband's favorite record tightly, she closed her eyes for a brief instant, allowing herself to be enveloped by the familiar melody. Each note resonated in her heart, stirring memories that had long been tucked away. With trembling hands, Ruth whispered her husband's name softly into the air, hoping against hope that somehow he could hear her. It was a small gesture, yet it held immense weight. In that moment, she felt his presence beside her, as if he were encouraging her to embrace the joy of their shared love once more. The lyrics of "Your Song" echoed in her mind, bringing back images of laughter-filled afternoons spent together, dancing in their living room or singing along to their favorite tunes. Tears streamed down Ruth's cheeks as she reflected on what was lost and what remained in her heart. Music had always been their bridge, a way to connect even when words fell short. She knew that regardless of how much time passed, their love would always live on through the magic of music. As the tender notes of "Your Song" flowed through the concert hall, Elton John scanned the audience, feeling the emotional energy that enveloped the room. His gaze fell upon Ruth Wallace in the front row, where he noticed her trembling hands and the tears streaming down her cheeks. In that moment, he could sense the weight of her heartache and the profound connection she had to the music. It was as if time stood still, and he understood that this was not merely a performance. It was a significant moment for her. Elton paused, his fingers hovering above the piano keys, allowing the melody to linger in the air as he focused on Ruth. He could see how deeply she was affected, and he felt an overwhelming urge to reach out to her. The song was a bridge between past and present for Ruth, a vessel carrying memories of love and loss that were too precious to ignore. He knew then that he needed to acknowledge her presence and share in her experience. With great compassion, Elton walked to the edge of the stage, kneeling down to be closer to Ruth. The audience watched in awe as he held out his hand to her, offering comfort without saying a word. This simple act spoke volumes. He recognized her pain and wanted to connect with her on a deeper level. In that moment, Ruth felt seen and understood, as if Elton was not just performing but sharing a sacred space with her. It became clear that music had the power to unite souls, allowing them to heal together even amidst sorrow. The heartfelt intention behind Elton's gesture made the concert an unforgettable experience for both him and Ruth, forever etching this moment into their hearts. As the poignant melody of "Your Song" filled the air, Elton John felt an undeniable pull toward the audience that surrounded him. He had always believed that concerts were not just performances, but shared experiences that connected him to his fans in profound ways. When he caught sight of Ruth Wallace in the front row, her trembling form and tear-streaked face struck a deep chord in his heart. In that instant, nothing else mattered. He paused, letting the comforting notes linger in the air as he took a moment to absorb the emotion radiating from her. The concert was alive with energy, yet all he could think about was Ruth and the weight of her grief. It was clear that this was a pivotal moment for her, and Elton felt compelled to honor her feelings. Without hesitation, he stepped away from the piano and walked to the edge of the stage. The audience watched in hushed anticipation as he knelt down beside her, extending his hand in an inviting gesture. This was not just an entertainer reaching out to a fan, it was a genuine moment of empathy, a quiet understanding that transcended words. Ruth clasped his hand as if it were a lifeline, feeling comforted by his presence amid her sorrow. In that shared silence, it was as though they were having a conversation that went beyond speech, a mutual recognition of love, loss, and healing through music. Elton's willingness to pause his performance for her showcased the connection he valued with his audience. It highlighted a fundamental truth: music has the power not only to entertain but to heal and unite us in our most vulnerable moments. As Elton kneeled down beside Ruth Wallace, the atmosphere in the concert hall shifted from one of performance to a shared moment of deep connection. The music continued to play softly in the background, almost as if it were a gentle reminder of the love that filled the space between them. Ruth could hardly believe that the legendary artist she had admired for so long was now reaching out to her, acknowledging her pain and lifting her spirit with his compassionate gesture. Elton's hand enveloped hers, warm and reassuring, creating an instant bond that transcended the barriers between artist and fan. In that silent exchange, words seemed unnecessary. Ruth felt understood and seen in a way she hadn't experienced since her husband passed away. It was a powerful reminder that music could bring people together, bridging gaps of loneliness and grief. The audience, witnessing this profound moment, held their breath in awe. Each person present understood that they were part of something special, an intersection of sorrow and healing unfolding before their eyes. For Ruth, this wasn't just a fleeting encounter, it felt like a sacred moment where her memories mingled with the present. She clutched the record even tighter, feeling grateful for the unexpected comfort Elton offered amidst her heartache. As they sat there, connected by both music and compassion, Ruth whispered to him, "He always said you'd sing to me someday." It was a bittersweet reminder of her late husband's love for Elton's music and how deeply intertwined their lives had been with it. Elton nodded, his eyes filled with understanding, reinforcing not just their individual experiences but the universal theme of love that resonates through music. This moment would be forever etched in Ruth's heart as a testimony to the healing power of compassion and connection through song. In the gentle glow of the stage lights, Ruth Wallace felt a rush of emotions as she held Elton John's hand, a connection that seemed to bridge the gap between past and present. The music continued to play softly around them, but in that moment, Ruth was transported back to the countless times she had shared this song with her late husband. He had always believed that music could capture the essence of love in ways words often could not. With tears glistening in her eyes, she leaned slightly closer to Elton and whispered, "He always said you'd sing to me someday." Those words carried the weight of all their shared dreams and hopes. It was a bittersweet reminder of how much her husband had cherished Elton's music, and how it had been a soundtrack to their love story. Elton listened intently, feeling the depth of her sentiment. This wasn't just a casual remark, it encapsulated a lifetime of memories. The joy they found in singing along to his songs and the promises made during quiet moments at home. Ruth's whisper revealed not only her love for her husband, but also the lingering hope that his spirit lived on through music. In that vulnerable exchange, Ruth felt a sense of healing. It was as if Elton's presence validated her grief and reminded her that love transcends even death. The concert became a celebration not just of Elton's music but also of their shared journey, a testament to the enduring power of love and the connections forged through melody. As she squeezed his hand gently, Ruth realized that despite her loss, she would always carry her husband's spirit within her, intertwined with every note and lyric. The interaction between Ruth Wallace and Elton John during the concert was a powerful testament to the profound impact that music can have on people's lives. As Ruth clutched her late husband's favorite record and whispered heartfelt words, it was clear that she was not alone in her experience. Everyone present felt the electricity of the moment, recognizing how deeply music can resonate with emotions, bridging gaps between past memories and present feelings. For Ruth, this exchange marked an essential step in her healing journey. The combination of loss and love created a unique emotional space where she could openly express her grief while also celebrating the joyous memories of her husband. This moment reminded Ruth that while her husband was no longer physically with her, their shared love would forever be intertwined with the melodies that filled their lives. For Elton, kneeling down to connect with Ruth went beyond simply being empathetic. It reaffirmed his belief that music is a universal language capable of fostering connections in ways nothing else can. As he extended his hand to comfort her, he became part of a larger narrative, the story of love, remembrance, and hope for all who have loved and lost. This recognition transformed the concert into more than just an evening of live music. It became a collective healing experience for everyone involved. As each note resonated throughout the hall, it served as a reminder that art has an incredible ability to touch hearts and create bonds among people from different walks of life. The shared connection forged through music ultimately left an indelible mark on both Ruth and Elton, illustrating the unique power that songs hold to transform sorrow into solace and keep memories alive even amid heartache. As the concert came to a close, it was clear that the evening had been much more than just a performance. It was a testament to the remarkable power of music to connect people across time and through profound loss. Ruth Wallace's emotional journey alongside Elton John showcased how melodies could weave together memories, healing, and moments of vulnerability. The shared experience in that concert hall transcended individual stories, uniting everyone present in a tapestry of love, remembrance, and collective grief. Music has an extraordinary ability to reach into the depths of our hearts, pulling forth feelings that we may struggle to express with words. For Ruth, the familiar strains of Your Song lifted her spirits as she remembered her late husband. It reminded everyone there that songs can serve as vessels for cherished memories, carrying pieces of our past even when loved ones are no longer by our side. Elton John's compassionate interaction with Ruth illuminated the bond between artist and audience, proving that genuine empathy can transform moments of sorrow into shared strength. The look in his eyes as he held her hand reflected an understanding that went beyond fame. He knew that they were part of something sacred and universal. In essence, this concert became an unforgettable chapter in Ruth's life and an inspiration for all who witnessed it. It underscored the importance of shared moments. Whether in joy or sorrow, music remains a powerful force that shapes our connections with one another. As attendees left the venue, they carried with them not only the echoes of beautiful songs but also reminders that love knows no boundaries, living on through every note they hear and every memory they cherish.